Chardonnay asks, what about the death of someone you did not get to know? There's no joy to remember. Well, I mean, that's one of the challenges of living on the planet is there's always infinitely more to experience than you can focus on. There's always more people to know than you can know. So, I mean, I think that's just that's one of the trade-offs. You have a finite consciousness, which will allow you to focus on, single things at a time, and appreciate one at a time. But the downside is that you can't appreciate everything at once. That's in the realm of the infinite consciousness. I was listening to Alan Watts' lecture. He was talking about how in the Garden of Eden, in eating the fruit, man was saying, or the mythology is that man is saying, like, look, we want knowledge. We want to be able to be as gods. We want to try to govern ourselves. And God's like, all right, like as humans, you have finite consciousness. You can only do one thing at a time, and running the universe requires infinite consciousness. You have to be able to pay attention to everything. Like even as you're doing your one consciousness in the way you still have, like the universe is still taking care of all your body stuff. That's all. You can't focus on everything at once. So it is. I think it's not good or bad. It's just reality. I want my loved ones to have a big party for me when I die. I saw a quote on the temple, actually. It said, I think, said, when you're born, what is it? I'm messing it up. There was a Mark Twain quote I just saw, something like, live so that when you die, even the undertaker is sad. As in life, Closet Burner says, death is what you make it. I think you learn a lot about people in the way they grieve death. Well, that's true. There's also another thing about dying or about death is that there's two elements to the pain of loss. There is pain and then there's suffering. And someone described it to me recently as good pain and bad pain. And the good pain, or the pain that you cannot deny, is that pain of loss, that vacuum of having someone and then not having someone, and the shift in the way, like, if you're receiving love and connection and then that person's gone, even the memories of it can't fill that hole. So there's this adjustment of like, oh. But that is a temporary thing. And that is something that you heal from, and hopefully get to a point where you no longer feel that aching transitional pain, and you can start to transition so you can appreciate the memories, and those bring you joy instead of feeling loss. The suffering part is the stories that you whip up about they died too soon. They never got a chance to do this. I'm never going to see them get to do this. Blah, 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 blah. These things that are not real, but they're stories that torment your own mind, and that's the part that we do have a choice over, and that's the part that, and people are resistant to it, but some of that is crap that we do not need to spend so much energy on. It's not something you can change. It's not something that is real. It's an imagined situation that causes you suffering. So why would you stay attached to it? It's easier said than done. But just being aware that there's a difference can sometimes help you go, ugh, okay, these thoughts are painful to me. Why am I dwelling on them? How can I process them? Maybe doing Byron Katie's the work on these thoughts because they hurt. So maybe I should analyze them and work through them and do a worksheet and get to the other side. Now, oops, what did I just do? Didn't mean to do that. There's also, let me me see if I'll stop and start this.